Hello all you viewers, this is Ben coming at you with another video for the Ragtag Tool Show, and today I'm going to be doing something a little well, not different, mostly just fixing or making some redoing some video work that I botched in a previous video that is currently, at the time of recording, still up. It will not be up by the time this is uploaded. But really, this is sort of just a kind of a tool haul slash new tool day. So let's get into it. I guess today we're starting with ratchets or ratchets. Now, right here is my base bare bones basic Flying V set that I finally just obtained. The 1/2 inch. I had the 3/8 first, and then today I just got the 1/4 inch. I bought the 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch at the same time, two different eBay sellers. So rachetes, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch. I greased all of them have been greased since I got them. Obviously, I greased this one, and by good lord, let me tell you, I I love these ratchets. They're phenomenal. They're very high tooth or low tooth count. Both the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 are 24 tooth count. This is a 32 tooth count. But when I had to grease and clean all of them out and then grease them, because you don't want to put potentially bad grease and other contaminants with new grease. Otherwise, it just gums up and stops clickety clacking. I had to remove this piece right here, which for ease of videoing sake, there is a sort of a snap ring right there that holds this in the housing, along with on this side there's also, you can see the moly grease. Originally I overpacked this one. It was like, oh man, I thought I was gonna have bruised thumbs trying to push this down after I'd gotten it basically so it could, oh yeah. This one wasn't that bad. Basically I had to pull this off. Well, all of them. I did this through for all of them. And pulled that off, as well as this out, pulled all of that out. Now there's a little ball detent in these for this type of selector switch, which is this. I'll explain a little bit of this later. But mainly, oh my god, I was sitting there, I was almost an hour, oops, sorry about that. I was sitting at, working on the 1/4 inch drive, trying to get the ball bearing detent in so I could get the selector the pawl for the selector pawl back in, so I could get the cap, the switch itself back on and all that. Oh lordy lordy. I was about ready to start ripping my hair out. Yeah, no, it was, yeah, and on top of which, there's a special tool that they sell. I don't know where I can get it. I can't find. There was a video at one point on YouTube that I saw that was, obviously. Anyways, I got it back together. It's working. It's greased. It's good to go. Now back to what I was saying about that tool. There's a video on YouTube. I can't find it. Somebody shows the like an actual mass produced kind of specialty tool. Now I made this one, and the way it looks, it looks odd, but it's just because it just felt, I shaped it to how I felt it felt comfortable to me. Obviously the actual tool, that if I can find the damn video and get the Fergan thing saved at least to the shopping list on Scamazon or Fleabay, wherever, will be a little bit more rigid. This one, I actually made this uh, after the fact that I had already made one out of a piece of sheet brass. Uh, it worked for It worked for the half-inch drive. It worked well. I would say, I definitely wouldn't say it worked phenomenally, but it worked okay. I'm not gonna go into that much farther because I'm still sizzling down, so sort of cooling my jets. You also might notice I'm not quite at my normal filming spot. It's kind of been changing lately. I've been doing crap that requires space, and that filming space that I had, along with the ability to film normally, my videos got pretty good for a while, and then now they're kind of shit. That would be because my tripod that I was using to film broke. Well, yeah, that broke, as well as the phone mount. So kind of having to go old school. Uh, but yeah, no, these took a little while. There is still yeah. So as I said, the 1/4 inch and 3/8 are 24 tooth count. This is a 36 tooth count. Now, these are old ratchets, the Flying V. I've heard some people call these butterfly. Here's where my tongue stops working. Speak, damn it. English or English. Uh, some people call this the butterfly selector, the V selector, uh, ratchet. I just call it the Flying V. The Flying V ratchet. Obviously, that actually refers to this embossed two little equals signs and then the V. But I just consider these the Flying V switch. So I just refer to these as the Flying V switch. And, uh, so for simplicity's sake, at least with me, I'm going to refer to these as the Flying V series. There are, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are four other ratchets I intend to eventually obtain. Two of them are flex heads. One of the flex heads is a 3/8, and the other is a 1/2 inch. And then there's another 1/2 inch, which is 15-inch long. This is a 10 1/4 or so inch. It's like 15-inch long version of this. So it's just a longer version of this 1/2 inch. And then there is a speed handle ratchet, which is what that is a 3/8 drive of this 3/8 drive, but somebody took the ratchet mechanism, the head, and pulled it. Think of it like they pulled it down and put it in the center, and then they fanned this out a little bit, this end, and they stuck a knob or a knob, a handle, an extra handle coming out, and it's blue, and so a free spinning handle, and yeah, so there's that. One moment, as I try to learn to YouTube again, partially. Oh, eesh. Basically, as a side view, this is a very barbaric and basic, simple drawing of a side view of it. The drive, the 3/8 drive would be down right here, and then there's the spinner handle, and then here's the, I guess, the counterbalance weight handle thing? I don't know. Anyways, that's the switch, and yeah. So it does, that one does ratchet as well, obviously. But yeah, so that, That one's going to be the most, I think, the most expensive to find. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, no, there is one other wrench or ratchet that I need to get eventually, which is a torque wrench with this selector from this era. And so that's going to be the hardest to find, I think. And other than that, yeah. So there's that. And, shoot, that's what I meant to bring. Oh well. Excuse me. A torque wrench. I've got all my ratchets except for my torque wrench, clearly. Uh, anyways, torque wrench basically just makes a click sound when you reach a designated or a preset amount of torque that you choose to put or choose. You dial it in on the handle, and then lock it down when you've got the torque you want, and you basically ratchet until you hear click on the forward swing, which is usually here. Let me just use this one. So say you're tightening a bolt, which this is the tightening direction. You can hear that click. I don't know if you can. Well, when you go this way and swing down, it should make a click when you reach the set torque that you want. Basically, how tight do you want it? How tight you want something. So that's basically all a torque wrench really is. They're used for putting car tires on and stuff, making sure they don't come flying off on the freeway and killing somebody. But yeah, so that, and then those are my 3 ratchets that I have now designated as my main ratchetes. Here's my 3/8 extra leverage, which this is a newer variation. This is one of the last generations made in the U.S. Ratchets. And this is a 3/8, obviously, 3/8 leverage edition. This is a 36 tooth, and it also has been greased when I got it. I got it, cleaned it out, greased it, good as new. So here's this. This is my high leverage. Let me just put that off to the side. I haven't fully finished this tool. I got to snip off the end a little bit so that way it. Yeah. Anyways, this I can't stand round head ratchets. This is a round head ratchet. I cannot stand these stupid they are completely useless. I don't know why they were ever created. There was obviously a reason, but I don't know why they still exist because they're god awful. With these, you can technically service these. It's a nightmare if you don't have the right know-how and whatnot, but you can. But only so much. See, the teeth that fight against the spin when you try to turn it back, the teeth that prevent you from turning it back when it's in a certain direction are part of the actual casting of the handle. So when this casting wears out, which it's a softer metal than the actual pawls in this, it basically you can just spin it freely, and you can put new pawls in and a new anvil and all that. Not gonna make a lick of difference. They wore out, and they're on top of which they are monstrously thick and bulky, so they get into almost no tight spots, which on modern vehicles, in case you hadn't noticed, is mandatory to be able to get into tight spots. I have this. This was my grandfather's, and I'm not getting rid of this because it was his, and it's not a horrible little ratchet. It's a decent one. This is a 36 tooth, And then for tits and pickles, I went fishing around in my ma's toolbox and pulled out this old Jap scrap stork Jap and it's a 46 tooth, 44 to 46 tooth, and this isn't a bad ratchet either. It's pretty old. I mean, obviously, uh, it's not bad. I mean, it's just this is a 3/8 drive. That this one's a 1/4 inch. If you couldn't tell, this is a newer, probably 1990s, maybe newer. I don't know. I don't even know where this is made. If anybody knows anything about this brand Workforce, focus, focus, focus your fac. Are you focusing? Workforce. There you go. Do let me know in the comments, please, and thank you. And uh, yeah. So this is the standard 1/4 inch drive ratchet. Here is a round head 1/4 inch drive. See the difference in size? And I'll measure it even. Okay, so the standard modern 1/4 inch drive that, well, the standard design, basic design, is, let's see, point, at the widest point it is 0.914, so a little under an inch. Now, for this stupid thing, it is over an inch, a little over an inch, just over an inch. Now, let's quickly go over to a modern, more modern 3/8 design. Oh, maybe not that one. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Let's see about this cheap Chinesium one. Alright, well, basically, this is almost as large as a 3/8 head, which is completely ridiculous. It's no... And I also have this one I'll show in a little bit later, but just for the size comparison, this is also about an inch. A little over an inch. This one's over an inch. But the way this is designed, it's sort of more of a... I don't know how to describe it. It kind of like... It works better in general, and also just for the girth that's required, the girth of space required from stem to stern, top-wise. Point 0.82 for this, and I'm not measuring with the, I'm not measuring the anvil as I'm just measuring the head itself. Let's see. This is you are 1/2 inch thick, and then the this one for tits and pickles is thinner, 4.46 something. Anyways, so yeah, can't stand these. These get almost nowhere, and I don't know why they're still sold. Obviously, they're probably cheap. This one, let's see. This one's gonna be closer to the 1/2 inch size. I betcha. I betcha. Alright, that's about 1.4. So about, yeah, it's pretty close to the 1/2 inch in terms of the fact that this is bigger. Let's just do this for tits and pickles while we're at it. Oops. Come on. Right there. 0.6. We'll say 0.6 for girth, top to bottom. And then 0.7 to 5.7, and so 3/4 of an inch, right? No, not quite 3/4. Anyways, yeah, as these stupid things are stupid. Anyways, now let's get off that ramble. They have their non-existent uses. I mean, there's still some, I don't know. I have no idea why anybody would prefer to use these over a decent pear head or teardrop or box head ratchet, whatever you want to call it. It's a teardrop or a pear head. It's a pear head ratchet or a round head, which is what I just showed. Next up, this might have to be split into a multi-part video, but let me continue on the actual ratchet side of things. Here is a Taiwan-made 72 tooth Craftsman ratchet. Also, if anybody's wondering, there is no model number on these ones. That would be because they predate Craftsman model numbering. You just bring it into Sears once upon a time. I know, I'm a dinosaur. I know what Sears is. And they don't, they just give you a new one or whatever. Sears has gone tits up since then, so this one is model number VS 44808. This one, well, this is US made, obviously, so you can find the modern equivalent, but it's Chinesium. This one is the Craftsman CMM T81747. 72 tooth. You can hear the tooth difference. I think you can hear that. But yeah. And then, so there's that one. I will say this isn't a bad little ratchet. I've had good experience with, since Stanley Black & Decker, who bought, so there's been some confusion. Stanley Black & Decker bought Craftsman from Sears, the name. Basically the legacy that Sears was about to, was ruining, even though they made it. Anyways, they bought it. They basically said, we will be bringing this back to the US. It may not be immediately, obviously. It's going to cost a lot of money. But we are going to bring these back to the US. So far, the news I've heard about Craftsman coming back, they are coming back to the US. There's some coming out that are going to have made, assembled in the US or something, laser etched or something into this. And this panel right here. And it doesn't say made in the US because they can't do that unless everything is made in the US, meaning this entire handle is forged, like fully, like machined, hardened, chromed. You know, every little piece has to be physically made in the US. Obviously, I don't know specific details, but basically if it's a part that goes to this, like this switch, if that switch is from China, they can't say made in the US. They can say assembled in the US, but can't say made. Anyways, they are coming back. They are. And there's these guys. Oops, sorry. And now, the one big problem I have with the more modern Craftsman is this one. This one's good. This one's fine with me. It's a little bit fat in the head, but, you know, whatever. The titty bit, it works. It works nicely. This one, you can disassemble it to clean it, repair it, whatnot. With some of the newer ones, such as the gunmetal chrome, this is a 3/8. This is the modern equivalent of this guy. This is 36 tooth, this guy, this old US one. This is Taiwan made, which is a hell of a lot better than Chinesium. So this is model number, for anyone who's interested, 82011 GM, gunmetal chrome. That's what GM stands for in this situation. But this is 120 tooth, and you can't disassemble this. Now, I've heard some people have said to. I've heard some people were told that if you try to back out that pin right there, that it all just comes apart. That is not going to work, because that is directly connected to this, and there is something in there that prevents. There's the spring detent system, which whatever system they use in this, which kind of causes it to not come out. There is what they do in the factory is they put a little split ring that looks, where's the it's like a key ring, a spiral key ring. This right here. They put this something like that looks like this little ring right here that holds this together on around this, and then while this is still hot metal, they push this in. They pop this sucker in. And so when it cools down, the tolerance, it no longer, you can't pull it out anymore. So it's a one and done. So if it breaks, something in there goes complete, shits the bed, tits up, you gotta go and get it warranted. Now, I haven't had a problem with Lowe's warranty. And real quick, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. Jeez Louise. Anyways, Lowe's is basically the storefront. Lowe's sells them, but Stanley Black & Decker owns and has them made. I don't know if they make them themselves or what, but the Stanley Black & Decker owns Craftsman and has them made. Lowe's is the store that they're sold at and will warranty them. Ace Hardware and other places, I think, that sell them, generally they do as well. But yeah, I've had good luck with them, with Ace and Lowe's so far. So, there's people who don't have the best of luck, but it's, if you got a broken wrench or a screwdriver that's got a stripped head, it doesn't hurt to check, the local Ace Hardware that sells Craftsman, or the Lowe's guys, see if they'll warranty it. And mind you, it's an equivalent exchange. So if you have one that's US made, like a US screwdriver or something, make sure that you read on the back of the little tag label thing. If it's made in Taiwan, that's the best option. Then that's you don't want to get the China one. Crap. So it's equal exchange. So if don't expect or intend to get a full set of like new screwdrivers. I've made a video, or there's a video on my channel where I talk about getting just that, but it was because the screwdriver I had that needed to be I wanted to warranty was not available, and it was kind of just ridiculous to open the package, and so the guy just gave it to me, as I said in that video. Anyways, so equal exchange, the equivalent of what you got if they have it. And so yeah, I don't care for this one. I haven't been able to oil it. I was given the idea by someone on YouTube to soak this in ATF fluid, automatic transmission fluid, ATF fluid. Yeah, my tongue still won't work. Anyways, you can see I've also personalized all of my ratchets that have the logos on them. So there's that Craftsman. Oh, and then last but not least, we'll talk about this one, and then a video numero dos will be out for ratchets, and a second part 2 will be out. I hope I'll try to get it out as soon as possible. But yeah, this is a Craftsman Chinesium 44811 A-8 3/8. This is the Chinesium absolute garbage shit version of this. Basically the small brother to this. The base version of this. This is supposed to be the base version of this. They sell the Chinesium version of this as well, and vice versa. But, well, you can't get the US made anymore, but, you know. Now, some people might be, this is also a 36 tooth count. But some people who are in the tool community may know that Craftsman recently, Stanley Black & Decker Craftsman, have released a new professional line called the V Series. It is basically the professional series, like sort of like Snap-on, but a little Craftsman used to be a premium brand at a decent price. Nowadays, and before all the economy started getting buggered up, this even back when the economy, inflation was not really happening, 2017, 2018, not like it is now at least. This was still like a $35, $40 ratchet. It is still the same price. Actually, the quarter-inch drive variation of this is like $40 almost. And I think this has gone up to like 45 to 50. So, and only recently has the V Series really come out. It's kind of like a quiet release sort of thing. But while so far from what I've seen, I don't own any. I intend to eventually get an equivalent set as well, so that way I have the old and new. Kind of a funny little quirk I have. Anyways, yeah, I was looking at the 3/8 ratchet. This length 3/8 ratchet on the new series is like $90, which I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Craftsman used to be a decent price, premium at a decent price. And they've gone the way of Snap. Well, they've gone to Snap. They've become Snap-on, sort of, for certain tools. But, whatever. Anyways, maybe I have time to squeeze in one more. Yeah, well, I have one more Craftsman thing. Okay, so, oops, sorry about that. I have, obviously, a plethora of Craftsman ratchets and quite a few wrenches, box wrenches. This is a spinner, a quarter-inch drive Craftsman V spinner. Now, see, you might be able to faintly make out. Yeah, Craftsman, or a quarter-inch extension V. Now, this is not the same V that's on these guys. These guys have two equal signs on an equal sign on either side. This guy has two dashes on either side. So dash dash, sort of like basically like minus on each side, a minus subtraction symbol on each side. But this is a made in the U.S. Craftsman 70s, because you can see the little equals wings, equal signs on each end of that is the 70s era Craftsman. And it's a quarter-inch drive spinner, so you can sort of basically a nut driver, but you can change out the size without having to change the entire driver. Then, now this is kind of going into accessories a little bit and whatnot. So, yes, this is the Craftsman model, and this is a 6-inch extension. Oh, sorry about that, I forgot to zoom out. 6-inch extension model. CMM T43531, 6-inch, obviously, 1/4-inch drive. This came with this and a set of sockets, both metric and imperial, and basically this and this came together. So, and it's not a bad little chrome set, a little set. So I kept it because it's, I didn't at the time. I had but one a little over 6-inch extension. This is the longest extension, and let's see. I also have another. Hold on. Okay. So this one's the longest, obviously. This one's like a hair longer, and this is Taiwan made. This is made in America. I don't know what brand it is. It doesn't say it on it, but I know for a fact that this is old enough where it's made in America. 1/4-inch drive. Here is a Craftsman series, or H series. You can see the little H there. Focus. There we go. H. 6-inch, 1/4-inch drive extension. Now, the model on this is, let's see. Will you focus, you fack? All right, 436. Wait, no, is it 6? Sorry, 43534. Yeah, 34. 1/4-inch, such and such. And yeah. So there we have those, and I guess since we've got the extensions right here, I'll just pull out my 3/8 drive 6-inch extension. This is a Husky made in the US CB21 6-inch 3/8 drive extension. Beautimous. Obviously, you can see I've personalized these so that way if anybody except for this one, in case anybody decides to say, "Oh, that's a nice tool," and walk off, you can tell that it's my tool. It's got red for the Craftsman. Craftsman's red. Yeah, so that's a long rambly video about ratchets, Craftsman ratchets. The next video will be a little bit more diverse, talking about sockets and whatnot, and some more extensions and other types of ratchets and accessories, etc. So until then, see you later. Ragtag signing off.